It's now 21 to 4, Jazz Radio 94.1 FM here on the Gold Coast, and it's a great pleasure to have Vince Jones on the line. Vince, thanks very much for joining us this afternoon.
Oh, hi, John. It's a pleasure.
Now, Vince, you've had a fantastic career, and it's still evolving, obviously. Where did it all start?
Well, of course, when I finished high school, all I wanted to do was play music, so I joined a band and playing trumpet in a horn section, and slowly the band found out I could sing, and next thing you know, I'm a singer and trumpet player, and on and on. I first started singing jazz songs actually professionally on cruise ships, of all things, and that was my first attempt. And of course, on a cruise ship, you play every night of the week, so you get pretty good pretty quickly. So basically from there, and then when I finished working on the ships, I went, put my own jazz ensemble together and started recording CDs, or records at the time, fairly.
And you've toured a lot over the years, and you've been all over Europe and America, but not travelling too much these days.
Not as much as I used to. I used to enjoy playing in Europe and America, but the main concern was, as you get older, you get less interested in the highway, you know, and the type of food you eat and your hotels and stuff. I just got really sick of the long-distance drives. And, you know, when you're in Europe, you're playing virtually every day. You can't have a night off, and it's like 18 nights straight. And I live in paradise here in Australia, and I really enjoy the fact that I live here. And so I basically just play all around Australia. But I still do quite a few gigs.
Well, as you get older, do you think your voice improves with age?
There is a point where I think it'll improve. I'm hoping I still got another 20 years in me. I'd say it would improve if you kept practicing and using it up until 65, maybe 70. And, well, Tony Bennett's probably still singing, and he'd be getting close to 80.
Yeah, he's actually, I think he's older than that, in fact. What are the things that you do over the years that can improve your voice and your technique?
You need to practice daily. I teach at the uni in Canberra, and I teach the young singers, and I find that really good for my voice too. It keeps my voice alive, but if it's supple through practicing and doing gigs, it won't be a strain when you are actually doing performances, and, you know, you're sort of constantly warmed up. Yeah, I'm practicing all the time.
Well, Vince, you've just released a new CD called Modern Folk, and a compilation of songs been recorded live at various jazz festivals and venues around Australia. Tell us where some of the tracks were performed.
Well, we did it from Woodford Festival up north of where you are to the Mullumbimby Festival, and then, of course, we did it at the Basement in Sydney, and a couple of nights I think we played at Bennett's Lane in Melbourne. There's all of... I take with me a recording device which our sound engineer sets up to every performance, and almost every performance. And we listen to it later, and if it's all in tune and everyone's playing great, which the guys I play with are usually they're a very high standard, so they're always pretty much in. And from there, we pick the best takes, and then, say nowadays, portable equipment, high-quality portable equipment's available, which wasn't available 20 years ago. And next thing you know, the quality is generally good enough to release on CD, so that's how it happened.
Yeah, well, the thing about a CD that's recorded live, it adds spontaneity, and you can also hear the audience reaction in interaction, and it sounds fantastic, doesn't it?
Much better performance-wise, yes. Not necessarily always recording quality-wise, because you can't have those really high-quality microphones with you on the road, but just that liveness, excitement, adrenaline, and you tend to go for things, and as you say, you're spurned on by the audience. I like recordings that are done live. In fact, most of my record collection of records are live sessions from artists.
Well, now that you've released this CD, I guess you'll be doing quite a bit of touring.
Could be, if it does well, for sure.
And how about marketing the CD overseas? Have you got plans to do that?
I've still got my whole collection available in Europe through a German company, Intuition. We'll see. I don't know. When I hit 50, I just got a bit sick of eating pizzas and drinking beer and staying up late, you know, sort of. And that's the nature of the lifestyle when you're travelling. You're eating road food and you're staying up late every night. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'm a bit of a piker if I don't. But anyway, see what happens.
Well, you've also written quite a few tracks on this CD. You've been doing a bit of songwriting over the years. Is that a really important part of your music?
Yes, it is. I like singing the words that I spent a lot of time on writing. I like, some of my ideas are slowly coming to fruition as I get older, and I think my songwriting is getting better. Yeah, I do. I've always fancied myself as a songwriter, but it's only the last few years I've written lyrics that are good enough to be what you might call to stand the test of time, you know.
And you've also performed on the soundtracks of a couple of movies too, haven't you?
Over the years, yes, I have.
Did you do the songwriting on those tracks? I think one of the movies was Hide and Seek.
Yes, I wrote that one, and there was a film called Mulloway, a Melbourne film. I wrote a couple of tracks for that, and yes, the Hide and Seek track, that was an American film. That was an original piece written by me and Barney McCall. Yeah, wouldn't it be good if someone picked up some of the band's new original songs?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got the Gold Coast Film Festival coming up, so it might be worth dropping off a few CDs to some of these filmmakers on the Gold Coast.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's right.
Well, Vince, thanks very much for joining us today. I'm going to play a track from your new CD, which is called Modern Folk, and the track I'm going to play is Mother Earth.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's an expose of the food industry.
We wish you every success with your new CD, and thanks again.
Oh, John, it's a pleasure. Well, as I said, my mum's favourite radio station.
Well, that's good to hear, and to your mum, thanks for listening.
She's probably listening right now.
It's 12 to 4 Jazz Radio 94.1 FM, and that was Vince Jones talking about his career, his wonderful career, and here's this track from his new CD called Modern Folk. The track is called Mother Earth.